I'm going to ask each of the people that are here tonight, that are guests, to just get up and introduce themselves. And then I've got two people that I'm aware of that are here for the first time or as guests that have expressed interest in membership. So I'll come back to those two. So if everyone that is a guest would just, let me start back in this corner.
I'm Chip Tarbutton with the Roanoke Tea Party group. Thank you for having me tonight for the free pizza. And like I said, we do have the rally coming up tomorrow at noon at Senator Webb's office. And like I said, at the RoanokeTeaParty.com website, there's instructions where to stand, where to go, and so on. Also, we've also trying to get a bus together for the February 18th Lobby Day rally in Richmond, Virginia.
January
18th. January 18th. Thank you. I think it's going to be a great opportunity to push the constitutional issue that we spoke about earlier today, because there's several House bills that really asserts Virginia's 10th Amendment rights, both on gun control as well as on the health care bill. In particular, Bob Marshall's House Bill 10, which really will, I think, will plant a flag in the ground on Virginia's right to not be subject to federal government's unconstitutional health care bill, and that's one of the things we want to really push. So, you know, I think when 1.5 million people show up in D.C., it's easy for the federal government to kind of go in their shell and hide, but I'm not sure that the folks in Richmond are used to having 5,000 or 6,000 people show up. So if you guys can make it up to that rally, I think you'll make a big difference in pushing the 10th Amendment from a Virginia perspective.
Thank you, Chip. And also, Chip, just a little apology, but you're welcome to come back and address the group. I believe you were going to speak to us for a little while tonight, but since I'm trying to keep it on a schedule, I hope you forgive me for not. And then that'll be a good reason for you to come back and kind of fill us in on the Tea Party. Because I don't know that if the Republican Party called for a rally right now in Washington, D.C., they get 2 million people. I went to Promise Keeper Stand in the Gap there, and there were 2 million people. So the Tea Party movement, as we all know, is it is an organized movement, and it does have momentum. And we, as grassroots representatives and trying to bring grassroots people in this committee, need to be aware of this group and what's going on and how we might partner with them and help get the majority back where we need it. But Chip, thank you for coming, and we hope you'll come back. Phil's almost not a guest anymore.
Well, thank you. I'm Phil Spence. I'm with the Second Tuesday Constitution Group, and we're sort of a Roanoke County group. And our main thrust is to get everybody as many as possible involved with the Constitution, and try to get everybody to own a copy, understand what it says, and get in touch with our representatives and let them know we know what it says. And that's really education, getting people involved is really what our group is about. I've been here before, and thanks for the free pizza.
You're welcome. At the table.
I'm Chuck Browder, from northern part of the county, and just came here to see what you guys are doing, and I can be a part of it.
Okay, so I'm going to put a star by your name as somebody who is applying for membership.
Yes, sir.
All right. That's great.
I'm Kirk Bryant. Second time I've been here, and I'm interested in being a member.
Kirk, you've been here so much, your dad's been involved so much, I just assumed you were. But we'll put you down for...
And I'd like to nominate Bob Goodlatte for president.
That's not carry on about
You're not, are you announcing tonight? Okay, thank you, Kirk. With Mike, we've already heard Mike.
My name is Larry Hunt. I'm with Roanoke County, and I'm also with Second Tuesday. And my interest here is to try to work to get this country back on a more constitutional footing. Government is too big at all levels in this country. So I tell people sometimes that if we could go to sleep tonight and wake up in the morning with this entire country under a more constitutional form of government, you would know where you were. That's how full we straight from it. Thank you.
Thanks for coming. All right. Larry's got some guests.
Have my mother and father, Joe and Jean. They probably don't want to stand up.
Too old to stand up.
They brought me into the world.
We won't hold that against you. We're glad you're here.
We're here to get some Obama money.
Okay.
Not here.
Okay, I know everybody at this table, I'm going to ask some introductions here. And this is Robert Malton.
Robert Malton, and I live on the other side of the county, I live near Blue Ridge. And I'm here tonight because I just feel that the country swings too far to the left, and we need to get straight back to the principles of the Constitution and adhere to it down to the letter.
And my name's Caleb Coulter. I'm also here with the Roanoke Tea Party group and just interested to see what y'all are doing, and absolutely on the same footing here, trying to see us move back towards our constitutional founding.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm Bill Honesty, this is my wife Jessica. We live in Troutville, lived in the Roanoke area since 1989, and we love it here. And I'll just say, well, I work in Lynchburg at Harris Corporation. We make radios, and I'm proud that I can finally do something kind of in support of our nation's defense, because a lot of our radios go to not only police and fire personnel, but military bases all across the country, and so I'm glad I'm doing that. If you talk to anybody at work about me, they would probably tell you that I'm very passionate about my politics. I talk a lot about the Constitution, and I think that anybody who says that's unconstitutional ought to know why. And I was appalled when I heard that there were two members of Congress, I think Claire McCaskill was one of them, that admitted that they didn't know what was in the Constitution, that they depended on lawyers, unelected lawyers on staff to take care of that kind of stuff. So I think we need to elect people that know the Constitution if they're going to make laws based on it.
And would like
Thank
to be
you.
members. And they're
Oh, and
interested
we want to
in
be
joining.
members.
There you go.
Okay. I'm gonna let you fill that in. There.
Sign them up, fellas.
Yeah, Phil.
Doug, I'd like to add one thing. I've got a box of constitutions here, so for anybody here who doesn't have one, please feel free. So, I got mine.
That's good.